students. Welcome to English 1. I thought we were going to be in person, and I hope we still will, but due to the concerns about the surge in the COVID-19 virus, we are online for the first 5 weeks. So I wanted to make a video to just kind of explain the ins and outs of that and go over the syllabus. So you can find the syllabus in the section, the module that says info, and the syllabus is attached. All right, so I just wanted to kind of go through it. So this is English 1, right? So my name is Kelly Ryan, and I have my contact information is right there. I have my Solano email, which is of course fine. And then also I have an AT&T email. You're welcome to email me there as well. My preferred method is my cell phone to send me a text, and the cell phone is next right here. I'm really pretty good with the text normally, so that's my preferred method. My next best one is Canvas message, and after that, either of the emails, right? So so at any rate, I certainly, oh, you could also call me. You could call me and talk to me on the phone. That's fine. And if I'm not there, you can leave me a message. So a cell phone right there. All right. I would like to hear from you. So that would be nice. All right. So so I go into what I just said right there on the syllabus that you could read it. So I'm not usually available on Sundays, and normal business hours would be great to as far as contact me. Usually after 8 o'clock, I'm not really looking at my phone and things like that. So, all right. So, but I certainly will do my very best to respond to your messages in a timely manner. So that's, you can read all about that on the syllabus here. So office hours while we're online are going to be Thursdays, 10:30 to 11:30 on the phone. So just give me a call on that phone and my cell phone, and I will pick up and we'll talk. You could also send me a text. You could send me a text and then we could talk, or I can do office hours via text. That's cool, but whatever, any of that is fine. Once things open up back again and we're back in person, I will adjust that to an office location so that you can kind of see me in person. I can see you and we can wear masks and everything. But I would love to see you in person. So, stay tuned for, hopefully that is coming soon. All right. So hopefully in about 5 weeks, I hope. All right. So then this is how your grades are calculated. It has here 60% of the grade comes from the essays, the papers, which are one and the same, right? So that it is mainly a composition class, so 60% of the grades are from that. And then the in-class writing, homework, that is homework assignments or in-class assignments, either way is 20%. So the difference is just that when we're in class in person, there would be things we do in class and homework would be done at home. When we're online, it's kind of one and the same. So, all right, there is one presentation in the class. I'll go over that more as we march through that. That's worth 10% of your overall grade. And the quizzes are worth 10% of your overall grade, which I will explain in more detail as we, march through this. All right. All right, so I'm going to let you go through, in the interest of time, the student learning objectives on your own. But I will start with going over the format and policy and procedures, including the policy for late work. So I'm finishing with this page and moving on to the next one. So it says students will be responsible for turning in assigned work while we're online in the Canvas assignment box. I have to have it in the Canvas assignment box. Do not email me the assignment. I need to have everyone submitting their work in the same format, because otherwise it could get lost. It could get, who knows what, right? Any strange thing could happen. So I need everyone submitting their work in the same way. So while we are online, you must submit the work in the Canvas box, all right? So the assignment box for that assignment, not via Canvas message, not via email, Canvas assignment box, okay? When we're in person, it will be in paper, all right? So we're working toward that, and all fingers and toes crossed, because I can't wait to come back. So, but at any rate, so for right now, in the Canvas assignment box, okay? So for homework, I do not mind if it is handwritten. It can be typed or handwritten, whatever is easier for you. but I have to be able to read it. I'm usually fine with reading handwriting. I will let you know if I can't for some reason. I'm usually fine with that. But what I'm not fine with is having things turned upside down so I can't read them, or sideways. And I'm like this, hello. That is too hard for me to read. So I do need it. So just check it after you submit it and make sure it's right side up. Okay. So, again, handwritten's fine and typed is fine, obviously, but just have it submitted not upside down or sideways. I just really can't even give you credit for that because I can't read it. And if I can't read it, I can't make heads or tails out of what you're doing. So it's not going to benefit you either because you don't know if you're on the right track or not, right? All right, so there's that. So and again, once we're in person, paper is going to be the way that we're doing this. So we'll change that up hopefully if we need to, which I hope we need to. All right, so the papers, though, all the essays must be typed and in MLA style. We will go over that more as we proceed in the class, but they have to be typed. So no handwritten papers, no. That gets you a zero, and you can redo it, but who wants to redo things if you don't have to, right? All right, so I obviously have the due date on the, well, not obviously, but I would think that would be obvious, that I have a due date on the assignment. So that would be the goal is to get everything in by the due date, but I do take late papers up to 1 week late. You do get points off for that. It's 10 points off if the paper's late past the deadline. However, it is better to turn a paper in late and get 10 points off than to not get the paper in at all and get a zero. But I do not take it after the deadline. Not after the grace period is what I call it. The 1 week, exactly 1 week past the deadline is the grace period. So after the grace period, then I don't take it anymore. So it gets me too far behind. It gets you too far behind, and the whole thing kind of snowballs. So it has to be in by the late grace period, which is 1 week. So after that, it doesn't matter the reason. I can't take it. So, but the best thing is just get it in on time. Then you don't get any points off, and you're right on track, right? Otherwise, though, I will take it for that 1 week past the deadline, and then you'll get the 10 points off. All right. So that's all explained in detail there. All right. So except for, to be very clear on that, the final paper, which is the research paper at the end of the class, I cannot take that late because we don't have time for it to be late. We're wrapping up, and there's no time on that. So that one cannot be accepted late. All right. So attendance online is you just have to keep logging in to do the assignment. So that's what you have to do. So you should be logging in regularly. I have all the homework assignments are due on Friday. I give the grace period of an additional week unless for some reason I can't, which is normally just at the end of the semester. But you should be logging in regularly to do that. If you don't log in at all for like an entire week, you could actually be dropped from the class. So you really want to, not take a vacation from it or anything like that. I know it's easy to get overwhelmed, and then, there's just all this online stuff to do. And I totally have a lot of understanding for that. And a lot of compassion for that. But we do have to keep on track, and it just gets you too behind, and like I said, things sort of start falling apart, right? So you do need to keep attending. And if we're in person, let's say when we're in person, right? If you miss more than 3 classes in the semester, then you're likely to be dropped from the class. There is a point, though, that in mid-semester, that it's the same date as that's the last day for students to drop with a W, that I can't drop anybody after that. And so if you're okay with attendance before then that's all good. But then if you stop attending after that, or logging on if we are still online, I can't drop you after that. And so then if you're missing things, that you run the risk of not passing. That's what I'm saying. So you just really have to keep on top of this. All right. So if you did miss turning in an essay, that is a 0. And because the majority of the grade does come from the essays, that really wreaks havoc with your grade. It can cause you not to pass 1-0 in the class, even 1-0. And it seems like, oh, there's only one, but it's 60% of your grade. So it's huge. And even the 20% that comes from the homework, the classwork, if say someone did like only half the homework, and well, that's a 50%, that's an F, right? That can cause you to jump your grade down a letter grade or more, depending on where everything else was. It's just kind of trying to keep all those categories, like balls juggling, right, in the air. But it really helps if you can keep all the categories that you're turning all the work in and passing it successfully, then that's going to help you to be successful. Okay, all right, so then course readings. All right, this is really important. So it says the required text are Steps to Writing Well by Jean Wyrick. It's a writing textbook right here. This is the book. It's the 13th edition is the current one. It's in the bookstore, the Solano College bookstore, but you can also get it at a variety of different places online, and often for low cost. There often is an online version that's several years previous that is sometimes available at no charge. You have to just Google it. It's like they'll have it on one website. It'll become, somebody will take it down, somebody else will put it back up, and it'll be another. You kind of just have to. The most successful I've been with that is Googling Steps to Writing Well PDF or Steps to Writing Well PDF free, things like that. Then it might be available. It can at least buy you some time with getting the book. But I honestly don't, if you want to get another version, that version, the free version, if there is a free version, sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. Or if there are definitely low cost versions of previous editions, any of them are fine with me. It's totally fine with me. Most of the things are very much the same. Page numbers change. So if I say to do something on page 22 and your version is page 33 or something like that, then you're going to have to be aware of that and just roll with it, right? So it doesn't bother me if it doesn't bother you, but don't stress yourself out. If that's really important to you, then just stick with the regular book.